The refreshed Lexus LS 500 was announced for Japan back in July, then it was announced for Europe in September. We heard nothing in October, and here we are in about mid-November, and Lexus has finally let us people in North America know that we're getting the refreshed LS. And so we'll dive into some of the changes for better or for worse on the new refreshed LS. Also, Honda is teasing the new Civic, and we kind of know what it looks like based off of leaks already. And remember that Alabama plant that Toyota and Mazda have together that's still building? Well, yeah, we learned more about what Mazda is doing down there. Welcome back, Lexurious Fleet. My name is Kirk. I cover Japanese and Korean autos. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and let's learn about this new LS. Over at the Lexus Newsroom, 21 LS 500 and 500H add layers of flagship refinement. Okay, so enhancements yield heightened levels of interior quiet and comfort. The new power plants both receive additional refinement. Well, they're not new power plants, but they just refine the existing ones. Fine-tuned suspension offers superior ride quality. That's something I harped on about the LS in my recent video about why the LS is not doing so well compared to its glory days. And new 12.3-inch multimedia touchscreen added for all LS models. It's an eyesore, and starting MSRP doesn't change at $76,000. The LS 500H hybrid models are expected to arrive at dealerships in early 2021, while the non-hybrid is arriving in November of 20, so this month. And pricing will be announced for the hybrid at a closer time. I would expect it to be roughly in line with the current hybrid, and I'll put that up on the screen for you. So they said the ride and comfort and quietness has been refined to help balance a range of new dynamic enhancements dictated by the brand's Lexus driving signature. This is a new stamp that they're putting on their vehicles. I'm not sure what it means yet. The new 2021 refreshed IS was the first vehicle to get this Lexus driving signature. It really means they just took it around their private track that they built somewhere in Japan. Shimoyama? I think that's coming off the top. Shimoyama, I think that's what it's called. All right, to make the ride more comfortable without giving up the sportiness to it, the suspension features revised spring and damper rates for improved damping performance. To better control the vehicle body roll and turns, the diameters of the front and rear anti-roll bars have been optimized. And for 2021, larger front and rear liquid-filled bushings also aid in creating an even plusher ride. I can't wait to drive it. I've driven the current LS 500 so many times. It's a freaking missile. That's the best way to put it. It's long, it's powerful, and it's actually quite good looking. But it doesn't ride like the previous generation's LS's at all. Now, it would smoke it on a track, there's no doubting that. But the ride quality has been a bit questionable. So hopefully, they've really sorted it out with this 2021 model. So the models that are equipped with the adaptive variable suspension employs revised linear solenoids and control valves designed to provide low damping force via their enlarged internal flow path. In addition, the operation of the LS's available ride height adjustable air suspension function that helps facilitate ingress and egress has been enhanced. That's only on here in the United States anyways, it's only on the luxury package and above, which would include the executive package too, which is a unicorn. Okay, in the pursuit of the refinement of the twin-turbo V6, the engine features a newly developed piston with a lip shape on the piston top to help realize low emissions and quiet operations when the engine is cold. Thank the good Lord, because when the engine is cold in the LS 500, it's a rumble show. It shakes the car. That's nothing, I've never felt anything like that in any other LS. And to me, that was unacceptable. It's hard for me to imagine that Lexus did that to their flagship and they were okay with that, putting that to market with a rough idle when you start the car. So hopefully that clears up that issue, but I have to test it to wait to see. The wastegate control on the twin turbo engine has also been updated to provide stable opening and closing of the valve to improve performance efficiency. That's good. The 10-speed automatic transmission also receives attention as its shift logic is recalibrated to aid in keeping the engine in a more responsive area of its power band. And that would be interesting to see how it changes with the different drive mode selection as well. And the new hybrid system is now tuned to utilize a new battery strategy to drive more power through the electric motors upon acceleration. The multi-stage shift software has also been updated to take advantage of this electric power appearing earlier in the power band, and combined system output of the internal combustion engine with the electric traction system is 354 horsepower. That's unchanged. And it gets the LS 500 H 0 to 60 in rear-wheel drive form anyways, 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds. On the interior, new Palomino leather interior will be available, while new interior ornamentation options include black laser special and open pore black. On executive models, which are unicorns, they have the Carico glass and the hand-folded pleats. I would salivate. That's really the only LS, in my opinion, that just gets me giddy. The executive package anyways, but it doesn't look like there's any changes with the executive package with the Carico glass and hand-folded plates, which is okay. It's already perfect. All right, the new 12.3-inch multimedia touchscreen provides additional control options for the driver and passenger. All LS21 models come standard with Apple CarPlay, thank God, compatibility that allows guests to access blah 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 and Android Auto. But yeah, the touchscreen is a sore thumb. It's definitely an afterthought. The design looks horrendous in my opinion. It looks tacked on, it sticks out, it's ugly, but I'm okay with it in the fact that it adds to the functionality of the vehicle, because we know the touchpad, it does have issues, and especially in the LS, it's not that fun driving when you need to change the climate control. It's not that much of an enjoyable experience in my opinion. There's just too many menus to work through. And most of the time I just click auto and then you have the temperature dial inside, and I just stay away from the climate control fine tuning really. Okay, then looking at the designs, the biggest thing is that they changed the headlights, which I actually don't like. I think they look cheaper. They look more robotic, where the outgoing LS had the more elegant headlights. I think a part of it is the inclusion of new headlight technologies like blade scan, which we're not going to get here in North America. So yeah, they butchered the design for functionality. And I know that there's other technologies as well that can enhance in the future for level 3 driving and things like that. But again, I don't see that coming to America anytime soon. So we get in my opinion, a slightly more ugly LS and not any of the safety features and cool headlight technologies that they get in other markets. So yeah, doesn't look like there's any changes to the F Sport model other than slight design and styling cues, but really it looks identical in terms of function. Pricing, I'm pretty sure it's unchanged, so take that for what it's worth. We're getting the new LS, for better or for worse. There's some good things about it. Mainly for me, ride improvements and remapping of the transmission and improvements and slightly in the engine for better startup. So I'll have to wait and see before I get my hands on it to see how these changes are, but it looks like they've addressed the main issues that I had with the LS. So that's a good thing, although it doesn't look quite as special as the outgoing model. We need to keep going. I have a couple other things here I'm just going to briefly touch on because I talked more about the LS than I really wanted to. Over at the Honda Media Newsroom, spoiler, next generation Honda Civic prototype drops November 17th on Twitch. This was just announced this morning. It will unveil November 17th live on Honda's head-to-head Twitch gaming channel. And this live stream will begin at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that will be 7 p.m. my time. The Civic reveal set to start at 6:45 p.m. So maybe I won't start covering it till later. 6:45 p.m. is 8:45 p.m. my time. So maybe I'll start streaming a little bit before 8 o'clock, something like that, as we gear up for this live stream. But what they've given us is a piecing together of the car. So I'll just play this short video for you. I mean, they fragmented it out. It looks okay. It looks like a mini Accord. We've already seen the leaked images for it. So we're not going to see a whole lot of surprises there, and I will stream it on the 17th. So just stay tuned on the channel because I will announce times on when I plan on streaming for that. Over at Engadget, Honda claims will be the first to mass produce a level 3 self-driving cars, and they're going to be doing it on the Honda Legend, which that car was just canceled here in the United States as its brother, the Acura RLX, this past summer. So don't expect it to come to the United States anytime soon for an Acura or Honda product level 3 driving, but Honda claims they'll be the first ones. It's supposed to arrive no later than March 2021, so I just felt like sharing that. For better or for worse, self-driving scares the bejesus out of me. Let's keep moving. Over at Car and Driver, Mazda shows inline 6 engines, confirms US built hybrid SUV. If you want to learn more about those inline engines, their new technology, definitely watch yesterday's video. But what's more interesting is I didn't catch this. I didn't hear about this yesterday. They had more information about the new SUV built in Alabama using Toyota's hybrid system. And that could have been, largely guessed upon because it's going to be built alongside Toyota's, and they have already used Toyota technology in the past. So that really doesn't come as a surprise, but now we know that it is for sure happening, that they are using a Toyota hybrid powertrain for this US built crossover in Alabama. Car and Driver is speculating that it could be a CX-7, a CX-8 sort of vehicle, because we don't have a larger two-row SUV. I don't know what to believe. I really don't. I have a feeling that Toyota is making a Corolla Cross down there, but that sort of powertrain in a CX-7, CX-8 size vehicle is not, it's not going to cut it. So that doesn't mean that it would be using the Corolla Cross's powertrain. It's using some sort of hybrid powertrain. Maybe it's using the RAV4 hybrid powertrain or something like that. I could speculate for days on what they're doing there, but we know it is a Toyota powered Mazda at this point. It's coming out of that plant in Alabama, and that should be coming sometime later next year. So stay tuned for that vehicle. And lastly, over at Automotive News, Nissan posts quarterly loss and forecast smaller annual decline, which is good. They're not doing as bad as they thought they would this year. So annual operating loss of 28%, which comes out to be $3.2 billion compared to the prior forecast earlier in the year, which they thought they were going to be down $4.5 billion. So they're saying it's helped by the restructuring efforts and better than expected sales. Okay, but their sales still aren't good compared to a lot of the other brands going on, especially here in North America. But in China, they're doing a little bit better than they are here in the United States. For the July-September quarter, Nissan reported an operating loss of $45 million compared with a $285 million profit for the same period a year earlier after sales fell due to the coronavirus pandemic. Well, we saw similar things with Mazda. Their sales are noticeably better here in the United States, but as a global brand, they're just not doing all that well, which is expected because this crazy year. LS 500 is getting updated for the American market. We were left in the dark for several months, so it's coming, and it looks like they've addressed a lot of the issues that vehicle had for the last 3 years or so. So thank you, Lexus, for doing that. Can't wait to drive it and give you guys my impressions of the updates on the LS. Can't wait to stream that Honda Civic live stream. I'm streaming. It's like a little Inception. I'm streaming a live stream, but we already kind of know what it looks like. But it would be it's gonna be cool to see the official images, official information as well on that new Civic. And guys, if you made it this far into the video, smash the like button. The channel's growing. It's growing. It's growing. We're going to hit 100,000 subscribers before we know it. I mean, less than a year ago, I was like at 8,000 subscribers. So pretty crazy. We're getting there. We're growing. And I just thank you guys so much for your support. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. I don't know what else to say. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the people around you. Whether you like them or not, still take care of them. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And peace out.